Hi, can you introduce yourself into our segment of the close-up?
Yes, my name is Maxine Montilus, and I am a dance artist based in Brooklyn.
So, how do you view yourself as an artist?
Well, I always identify myself as a dance artist, primarily because everything I do as an artist is infused by the art form that I primarily identify with, which is dance. I started dancing when I was 6 years old, and it's been a part of my life ever since. And so even though my artistic life has taken various shapes at different times, dance has always been at the forefront.
Inspired you to become who you are today?
Oh man. Well, in terms of dance, my primary inspirations are Catherine Dunham, who I first learned about when I was 13, and I've continued to learn about her as I've gotten older. And the way she shaped her career and inspires me a great deal, and so I take a great deal of strength from that. Another inspiration are members of my family, particularly the women, who are very strong and have overcome great obstacles to be where they're at. They're not artists, but just knowing that their journeys and what they've had to do to get to where they are inspires me a great deal. Particularly my mother, who sacrificed a lot to make me who I am today.
So, how do you feel being a first-generation Haitian American?
I take a great deal of pride of my heritage. Growing up, I was a little, I don't want to say indifferent, but I was always proud of who I am, but it wasn't until I was older that I had a desire to learn more about my cultural heritage. And the more I've learned, the more pride I've taken in it. It's not only gotten me in touch with Haiti's history and culture, but also my family. In uncovering information on my culture, I ended up learning a lot more about my family history, and that's strengthened my identity as a Black woman in America. But I'm also proud of the fact that I'm from Brooklyn, being born and raised, growing up here in the 80s and 90s, being a product of hip hop.
So, what are the biggest challenges you've come across, and how did you deal with them?
International, and coming across people from various countries who knew so much about who they were and where they came from made me go, oh, there's actually, even though I knew a lot about Haiti, there was also a lot I didn't know. And so the way I found myself back to dance was when I came back to New York, I started taking Afro-Haitian dance classes. And that led to me taking Afro-Cuban dance classes because I learned of the cultural connection between Haiti and Cuba. So insecurities were the first challenge. And honestly, just discovering the folklore traditions of Haiti and Cuba, or how I overcame those insecurities, because once I was rooted in something that especially did not hold me to a European standard that I couldn't attain, it made me more comfortable with myself and comfortable in exploring different dance forms, including Western ones.
How does dancing affect your outside life?
Well, my friends outside of dance don't necessarily see me as much, but they're also very understanding and understand my life, so there's no animosity about that. But I have shaped my life in such a way that dance is infused in so much of it that there's really no separation, but I'm okay with that completely. Every work I do involves dance. I teach dance by day, I choreograph and perform it on the side, I engage with a lot of artists and social justice work. So my life is very much infused with my passions, but because they're my passions, it doesn't bother me in the least.
Do you think that college was necessary for what you're doing now?
Absolutely. Even though the challenges I came across at my undergraduate experience in terms of overcoming those insecurities did take place, the fact of the matter is every step led me to someplace else. Having that insecurity of reaching this European standard allowed me the space to realize that I needed to explore more of myself and my cultural history, which aren't beholden to European standards. And then my work in arts administration led me to engagement work, and all of that brought me back to dance. So every step was necessary to get me where I am now, which is I've always told people that the way I live my life is that I want to be 90 years old and look back and feel I have no regrets. And so far I'm on the right track because I look back and I have no regrets over anything. So even though dance is at the forefront for me, it's allowed me to engage in various spaces that excite me and help me figure out ways to expand my artistic outlets even further. So just pay attention to whatever grabs your interest and follow that, and the opportunities I think will flow. Because it's not about figuring out everything out from the onslaught, it's just paying attention to what speaks to you, and that will lead you to what you ultimately want to do.
So, thanks for allowing me to interview today. I'm glad I got to speak to you.
Likewise, thank you.